For more on the China's political season, I'm joined by Einar Tangen, economic and political affairs commentator, senior fellow at the Taihe Institute. Good to see you, Einar. Let's start. As all things politics, there's always a domestic audience and there's sort of an international audience. I don't remember a time when I read so many different media outlets here in the U.S. trying to guess what's going to happen in Beijing over the next week or so. So let's start us off with domestically. What is China hoping to accomplish over the next few days?
Well, domestically, they're trying to increase confidence. This is really trying to unleash the additional savings that was garnered during this last COVID period. And, they're setting the plate, really, for what's coming up next. They have leadership changes. I don't think the institutional changes are as significant as many people want to make them. It has really to do with seizing the reins of control, consolidating power, etc. But it's really going to be about the economy, and that's what everyone's waiting for, especially in the U.S., given the barrage of negative comments and actions by the government. They're going to see if Beijing is going to retaliate.
We've already seen some positive data coming out of the reversal of the COVID measures, specifically in China. We see that exports and consumption and all the things that you and I often talk about, they're all ticking in the right direction. So you've got that momentum already going forward. What else is the Beijing thinking they need to do? Because I think consumers want to spend money, and I think businesses want to get back to business. So you have a very natural wind at your back already. Is there more to be done?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of areas where people are, trying to see which way the government is going, especially the tech stocks. They were subject to a lot of competitive issues, and they want to see where things are going. A lot of bets are being made. You'll see the stock markets going up and down depending on where they think they are. Real estate market, obviously, but the real issue, and the one that doesn't get enough attention, is small and medium-sized business entities. They are the absolute key to China's future. They're 90% of new jobs, 80% of existing jobs. They were the ones that were hardest hit during the pandemic, and those are the ones that need to recover. Remember, you'll spend as long as you have a job and you have increasing disposable income. And those things, they all kind of fit together. Question is, how do you get the machine started and, as they say, prime the pump?
Look, I am optimistic of what I see is happening from talking to my friends over there in China. Let's change gears and talk about the international aspect of it, right? You already brought up the issue of U.S.-China relations, not in a great spot, as you and I already know. That said, trade between the two countries are near an all-time high. So while there's a lot of rhetoric back and forth, there's some good things happening in the background, and I don't even know how to balance it sometimes. So I'm curious to see your take as to what Beijing is thinking their strategy is going to be when you're dealing with Biden here, which he may have another 2 years or potentially another 6 years.
Well, right now, I don't know that Beijing thinks they can change Washington's mind. So right now, in your earlier report, China is concentrating on Europe. They want to see whether or not the Belt and Road Initiative that was, extending tendrils into Europe is going to be worthwhile. Otherwise, you see an increasing amount of trade going towards the global south. ASEAN, they have this RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, 30% of the world's population and GDP. So at this juncture, it's kind of a seesaw moment. Which way are things going to go? There's a fork in the road, and we'll have to see. But at this, it's a shame. I mean, at a time when economics are very tough, it's predictable. People are going to go to the low-cost option, and right now China can provide that. The Chinese government is doubling down on that as well. They're trying to make sure that their industries are extremely efficient.
I am hopeful that they're going to figure it out. But given your background, I mean, you know so much about this, and everyone's trying to guess what surprise announcement might happen. So what announcement might Beijing possibly decide that you would consider a surprise?
Um, well, I don't know if there's any surprises. Beijing is not into making dramatic tweet policies and things like that. I think they're trying to have continuity here. So I don't expect big surprises. There are obviously going to be some consolidation, especially in the financial sector, where they want to put a lot of the policies under one department and control. And you're going to see a lot of that. I mean, facing headwinds, the party wants to consolidate. They want to make sure people are on the same page internally. And as I said, it's about instilling confidence. So surprises and confidence aren't necessarily always the best headmates. So,
Einar, you are a great sport. I appreciate your analysis. We all do. Thank you very much, and have a great morning over there.
All right, you too. Thanks.
All right.